Hello YouTube, my name is Kingsley Kanem, and in this video I'm going to show you how to retouch and color grade dark skin portrait without makeup. Without further ado, let's get started. First step is to replicate your layer with Ctrl J, and after that you just have to zoom in and see if your subject has some blemishes on the skin. But in this situation or this particular portrait or headshot, my subject doesn't have much of the blemishes, so I'm not going to do too much on not asking much of the blemishes, so I'm just going to pick it. That will be all. Okay, after this I'm going to go to my retouch academy, and then okay, before this I have this um, blemish scan, that sort of review all kinds of blemish on the skin and makes it more visible for me to be able to deal with them appropriately. Yeah, so after this you can see my image is now called black and white. I'm going to go to my retouch academy, and then I would uncheck this, because if I keep this blemish check, it's going to affect my dodge and burn layers, because it will just turn, everything will be black and white, so I won't be able to uncheck and check. So you have to just uncheck this blemish and then go to your uh, if you have the panel. If you don't have the panel, I mean, it's quite simple. If you have the panel, you can use it. If you don't have the panel, you can just come on curve, come to multiply, and Control I, name this bond, and go back again to curve layers, come back again, uh, change this mode to screen, and then click on Control I to invert it, and then you call this dodge. All right, so you create a folder for this and call it, and group it with Control G, and name this dodge and bond, B and J. All right, so you can now check this layer now. Okay, and so I'll first work with bond, because she has such a very rich dark skin. So I'm going to be working with bond mostly. I'll reduce my opacity to about let's say 7%, and keep my flat at 100. I'll pick my brush tool and then just reduce it a little bit, and just brush it. Just brush it. You know the rules of dodge and burn. Burn basically means shadow. Dodge literally means the highlight. So when you're brushing, you use the burn to just darken the shadows, and you use dodge to lighten or brighten the highlight. I'm going to fast forward this video so I can just just get it done, because it takes a lot of time, right? So this is actually my own technique. I don't do that plus that 2% to 3% or 1% brush. I do like 5 to 7%, and then I'll just do my my brushing, and then you just see what it looks like. used almost bond for almost all part of the skin, so I'm going to just use some touch to just highlight. You can see this revealed highlight, so you just want me to basically just pop them up, so that it can just enhance my image and make it more much better and appealing, right? So just sort of just touch the lips a little bit. I could just even anything highlights, even the teeth, sort of reveal a lot of highlight to it, so it's just to enhance it, and we'll just see what it looks like. All right. Okay, so see the before and the after, before and the after, before and the after. Okay, I think I'll just see you can just see the bond before and the after, so I would just take it down a little bit, say about 80%, and then my dodge I'll just drop it to about 80% as well. 80%, yeah, that works. And then I'll keep them together. And then what I'm going to do next now, frequency separation, and then try to soften the skin a little bit because it looks too sharp. I'm going to do really hard, so I'll do a Control Alternate Command E to replicate the layer here. So I usually use frequency separation 16-bit because the picture is 16-bit, and I could do let's say I could do like radius of 8, and yeah, I'm basically going to use the high frequency. I'll pick my brush tool, and then I'll change my foreground color to black. I'll pick my mixer brush tool, and then I'll use X and switch my foreground color to black, and then I'll clean my brush, and then I'll just basically just brush up a little bit to just soften the skin a little bit. Now look at what the skin looks like now. It looks pretty soft. I think I'm loving it already, Okay. I just want it to look pretty soft and all right. So I'll use the frequency separation, low frequency, and then just brush up a little bit. Just to mix the color tone and blend it effectively. Okay, that's all for this. And now you can see the before and the after. So I'll just still do I'll click on Shift Alternate Command E on Mac, and then replace the layer again, and then I could delete this previous frequency separation layer, and then I have only one layer that controls everything. See the before and after here, so I can just adjust this to suit, you know, whatever I want. You take this off, it turns normal, and then you take this up here to, let me leave it at about 90%. I think I like it at 90% because the skin is somehow softened now. So I will still replicate the layer again with Shift Alternate Control E, Shift Alternate Control E to replicate the layer, and then this I'm going to soften the image with my blur, Gaussian blur, and I'll just take it to about 20%, and then okay. See how blur it's looking, and I would just drop the blur till it suits what I'm looking for. You know, this is soften. You can see the before and the after, before and the after. So I think I will leave it at 22% because it's giving me the softened feel. Okay, let me take it to about 16. I think the blur has affected the subject hair and other stuff, so I will just, you know, create a layer mask and then pick up my brush tool, turn my opacity 100 and my flow at 100 as well, and then I will just brush it out. You know, I will just brush it out and just let it just, you know, suits the purpose I want to achieve. So I've brushed everything out right now. So if you click on before and the after, before the after, it's no longer affecting the hair anymore. So I'll still replicate the layer again with the same shortcut, and then I'll go to blur, Gaussian blur, and I'll still leave it at 20%, and then okay. This time around, I'm not going to leave it at normal. I'm going to change the mode to soft light, you know, and then I would still drop the opacity gently till it suits, you know, the style I want. I think 18 makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, so maybe I could just drop it at let's say at about 30. Yeah, 30 is fine. 30 is completely fine, and I love how it's looking already. Okay, you know, so before and the after, I like what it's looking like, you know. So see the before after. So I can group this and call it soft skin, right? And then you can zoom in and check the before and the after. The before and the after, it's looking so gorgeous, and she has such a rich, beautiful skin. Then this particular part, I'm going to show you how to color grade dark skin with just one adjustment application, right? So you come to your tool and you click on black and white, right? You can decide to just drop the red a little bit, and also drop the yellows a little bit if you want, and then you change it to multiply, right? And then you just drop this, you drop your opacity, and this is what it looks like, right? You know, so you just drop this, this is what you get if you're, you know, applying this in your Photoshop. Maybe you've been struggling with, you know, color grading dark skin and all of that. Just one application and you're good. I'm also going to try it again now. So you go on black and white, and then just change the mode to, you know, multiply, and then you just keep reducing the adjustment till it suits what you're looking for. All right, so you can now see the before and the after, the before and the after, before and the after. I mean, this is what I was looking for, and it looks like what I was looking towards achieving, right? So I'll just group this again with Ctrl J and then call it darkskin. All right, that's it. And I'm just going to do a little stuff. So I will just come to my my action, and then I already have a makeup, enhancement. I would just pick up lip enhancer, and then pick up my brush tool, then keep my opacity at 100, my flow at 100, and then just zoom in a little bit, and then just reduce the size of my brush, and then just brush the lips, right? Yeah, exactly. Just brush and brush and brush and brush and brush and brush and brush, and then you also have to, if you need this, any of these plugins, just drop it on, in the comment section, and then I would be able to, just get across to you, and then send it across to you if you want it, because I have all of them programmed, right? So I will just pick high pop. So this literally enhances the eyeshadow, right? Just enhance the eyeshadow to pop a little bit more, and then darken eyebrows, just darken it, right? And so apparently I'm going to use teeth and white eyes and teeth, so I will just apply this to the teeth, so this is what this looks like, and then you reduce the opacity till it becomes natural and authentic, not just looking like fake stuff, right? Unrealistic. So you have to keep it. For me, I do more of the realistic kind of photography, where I keep everything at a very minimum and natural and realistic level, right? So that it doesn't look like I'm taking away the details and the authenticity of the subject. So I'll just keep it at 30, right? And I'm going to pick up this lip enhancer, and then brush the teeth gum to just let it just make it look like it's how just basically a tooth gum looks like. So I'll leave it there. I just click on black and white and click on to invert it, and then you just go in, brush the white eye layer, and just get it done, and just reduce the opacity to make it more realistic and all. Yeah, so this is all of it, and like it because it's giving that melanin, dark skin and stuff like that, so I could just put all of them together, and then Ctrl J and name this makeup enhancer, right? Yeah, so you see the before. Alright, so you can see from this, right, to this, to this, to this, to this, and then all of it, right? So you could just, I would just add everything in one. I'll just group everything and then call this the workflow. Okay, the workflow. All right, so you see the before and the after. Before and after. This is basically how you can create a dark melanin popping skin. I think I'm going to somehow touch the air a little bit, so I'll just create a mask layer on the workflow group, and then I would change my foreground color to black and pick up my brush tool. I could just reduce this to, let's say, 40, let's say 50%, and then I would just brush the air a little bit out just to give the beauty of the air. Then could just touch this a little bit. I could let this just be, but focus on the air. You can see how the hair is a little bit lighter, and this is it, before and after. So I'm going to still create another layer. Shift Alternate Command E. I want to work on the background, and then I will just pick up this object selector tool, quick selector, and then I will just do this, press shift, just round it, okay, and alternate to just be able to make it more accurate, the accuracy. So this is done. I'm going to click on my control and then feather it with about feather radius of 20%, and then OK, and I'll just come here and do select picker, to select picker. I'll just pick what the kind of background I want it to look like. Okay, I think I like this. Now just do command. You have to switch your foreground color to the color you want. The color picker you just picked, switch it down with X, and then you just press command delete, and then it deletes the background, the previous background, and add it with the background you want. You click on Ctrl D to undo the selector, right? And then you can choose to change this to maybe let's say light, black and white, multiply, soft light, whatever, but I want it to be normal because I want it to just remain normal and very solid. So I will just drop my opacity to about let's say about 50%, right? And then you see before and after. Before and after is non-destructive, right? So I could just drop this to Instagram size 8x10, and then that is all for this no makeup portrait. So this is basically what we've got, and I'm going to show you how to save. Go to File, Export, Save for Web. $10 MB, and then you can basically see how soft and smooth the picture is, and you just basically save it to whatever folder you want. I'm saving it to my downloads, and this is basically it. Let me know what you think about the video in the comment section. Give me the thumbs up and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Bye.